look, only got $5,000 or $10,000. I'm going to show you how to find that deal today. And I'm going to also break one of my rules here. I say, look, man, look for 16 units. That is a perfect scenario. 32 units is the perfect scenario. But look, if you don't have the money, you got to get started in a 2 unit or 4 unit or 6 units or 8 units. Let's get started there. Let's rehab it. Let's find the deal, fix the deal, get a loan on the deal, short-term loan, because we're going to flip you out of the deal so that you can move to 12 units. We're going to do the same thing with the 12 units. We're going to flip you out of that, get you to 16 units. We're going to do that again. That's what I did, okay? So first 4 things, the only 4 things you really need to do. Okay, I'm going to give you one thing before this, but 4 things you need to do. You need to find a deal, obviously. Find a deal. There's one thing you need to do before these first 4 things. I've talked about that in other earlier shows. Real Estate Investing Made Simple, Grant Cardone TV. By the way, this is brought to you by Grant Cardone TV. Second thing you got to do is analyze the deal. Ryan, do you know the thing you have to do before these first 4 things?
You have to know 100%.
That's right.
That you want to buy real estate.
You got to know not just real estate, you got to know this is the game you need to be in, okay? The multifamily game, okay? The 4th thing you need to do is you need to be able to manage it. Those are the 4 simple things that you need to do with investing real estate. Now go ask your mom or your dad, your uncle or your aunt. Hey, I'm thinking about buying some apartments and renting them out. What do you think?
And terrible idea.
Be
careful.
Oh my God, don't do it.
Tenants, toilets, and termites.
Oh, you're going to have people calling you. Real estate's too expensive
At
now.
midnight.
I had a lady tell me, I want to buy real estate, but I don't want to buy it right now because it's too expensive. I'm like, then you're never going to buy it, babe. You can't just buy when it's cheap, dude. You got to be out in the marketplace buying stuff, okay? Yeah. So how do you find a deal? The first thing to do to finding a deal is to go on a site or go in your local paper, or start calling your commercial real estate brokers. Hey, I'm looking for a property. You got to talk about what you're looking for. When we come back from break, I'm going to walk you through it. I'm going to find a deal while we're here. I'm going to show you what it would cost, how to manage it, how to analyze it, how to find it.
And making a difference to get more for the bet.com.
We have 6 callers on the line. I'm trying to make real estate. Before you manage it, what folks, okay? Male, female, came off of Zillow. Normally, I use LoopNet, 1 to 4. So Robert Sislo wants to get in the real estate game, okay? Captain Ryan can tell you this. I go in. It's $260,000, okay? Don't worry about the price right now. Let's say we're going to give them the full $260,000. I go into every deal. Captain Ryan can tell you this. I go into every deal assuming I'm giving them all the money, right? Mm-hmm. I was trying to buy a deal we just blew out of Friday. Right here in Miami, okay? And we went in, assumed the full price of the deal plus some, okay? You do not want to go in and say, I'm going to buy it for $240. If you got to make sense, now you see, now dude, you took it over from me, is that right? Am I still in the shot or? No, yeah, there you go. So if you got to make sense because of the price to do this deal doesn't make sense, okay? If this is a private deal, 4 units, 5 units or less, okay, you're going to put 5% down. Where do I get that money from, Captain Ryan?
I would go to a regional bank, but you can go to Wells Fargo, you can go to Bank of America, you can go to any bank.
FHA?
FHA.
VHA?
If you live in one of the units, you can get FHA.
Oh, you're going to live in one of the units.
You can get a VA.
We're going to live in one of the units for some period of time. That's how you're going to get the best loan here. You could probably do this deal with 3% down. So Robert could go to the bank and say, hey, I'm going to put 5% down. That gets me, what is that, $13,000? Yeah. So imagine he owns a $260,000 building for $13,000, okay? Now, let's compare that for a second to investing in the stock market. If you have $13,000 to invest in the stock market, how much stock you get?
What you paid for it.
$13,000. Let's say you want to buy $13,000 worth of Bitcoin. You get $13,000. Get it? Okay. In real estate, with $13,000, you can get $250,000. So I know for sure that if you can hold on to this deal, if you do the next steps right, the funding, the analyzing, and the managing, if you can do those 3 things right and buy it right, 30 years from now, that place will be paid off. Dave Ramsey, it'll be paid off. You won't have any more debt, Dave. Okay, but without the debt, you could never do this. Okay, $13,000 is $13,000. This money's going down in value. This is going to go up in value over time. Okay, why? Not because it's real estate. Why will this go up in value, Captain Ryan, Captain Real Estate Ryan? Because it produces income. And this goes back to the first thing I told you. You need to understand why this game works and why this game is different than a house, why it's different than an office building, why it's different than any other commercial real estate, okay? So what are the payments going to be on this deal? Captain Ryan, do you have the rest of the numbers for me?
Payments are going to be.
I'm going to finance $247,000.
$1,000.
Okay, and we're taking your calls, by the way. What are the payments on $247,000?
247.
Multiply times 6.
Yep.
It's a rate factor, a money factor of 6.
247, 1, 2, 3 times 6% equals.
Oh my God, I'm so bored.
1235.
$12,345 a month.
I'm sorry,
a year?
no, 1,235. So it's $1,200 a month.
No, it's not. Do it again. Multiply.
Okay, 247.
I got to do everything, you know?
Sure you do. Times.
What do you multiply? We're doing
247 times 6.
It's $14,820 a year.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's a lot different than what you told me.
Divided by 12.
It's $15,000 a year, okay? So I round it up.
Yep.
Now, what is the income of this property? This is the debt. This is the debt. I put $13,000 down. I'm going to pay $15,000 a year for it, okay? Y'all want to get me, you want to pull the camera out so they can see the full shot, John? Come on, John. Come on, Johnny.
Yes, sir.
Johnny, keep it tight. Keep it right.
$2,850 is the income.
Okay, so the income on this deal.
Gross.
Now I'm analyzing it. What am I doing? First thing I do is find a deal. We found the deal. It's down the bottom left-hand corner here. Found a deal in Phoenix on 8101 33rd Drive. Hot little piece of material. Okay.
I own this joint.
This is the debt. Okay.
I used to.
What is the income on the deal? I'm going to go back and analyze it now. What is the income?
$2,850
A year? A month?
per month.
Well, dude, I'm doing an annual.
Oh, sorry about that.
Okay.
34 too.
$34,200. Okay. What is it going to cost me to run this operation? Remember my rule of thumb? Figure it's going to cost you $17,000, half. It's not because it's a smaller deal. This deal probably costs you about $10,000 a year. Is that fair to say?
Yep.
You're going to manage it yourself. You're going to probably be on the property. That makes me $17,000. Okay, $17,000. My debt's $15,000. I make $2,000 a year. That's your first real estate deal. $2,000 on a $13,000 investment will be one of the best investments you make in your entire lifetime. That's 15%. Is that right? 15, 16%? That
$2,000 a year?
$2,000
A year?
cash flow
A year.
after my debt.
Yeah.
Okay, that's $180 a month.
Okay.
Now you're like, for $180 a month, dude, I could go freaking stand on a street corner and beg for $180. You're right. That's why I don't like little deals, because they're a pain in the ass. But here's the deal. We're probably going to be able to manage this thing for like $12,000 a year because we're going to do it ourselves. That
15.
nets us now $22,200 a year if we never raise the rents. This makes me $7,000. Now it becomes interesting because I'm earning 50% on my money.
Yeah, but that last
That
deal
means
was
in 2
15.
years, look, if you're not convinced to do this when I finish this today, really, I'm thinking Glock, left temple, okay? See if somebody will lend you a bullet. Because it's bad. It's bad. It's wrecked. Okay, don't go away. Don't leave. Do not hang up. I'm going to look at your deal when you manage it. We're going to make $22,000. Our debt's going to be, what did I say, $15,000?
15.
Okay, you're going to make $7,000 on a $13,000 investment.
45%.
Not a bad deal. Now, Grant, if I rent one of the 4 units, which we did, I would not make $34,000 a year. You remember what I did?
Yeah.
Went and bought 4 units, rented 3 of them. I lived in one of them. That's what you're going to tell the bank, and that's what you need to do for 12 months. At the end of 12 months, you get to blow out of the deal and rent the 4th unit. The first year, you're going to get paid by 3 other people, and you have to count, if you're a smart person, you should count your rent. You should actually pay this property rent. I rent where I live today. I rent where I live. I actually own the building in an LLC, and then I rent it for myself. I pay myself rent, okay? You're like, oh no, I'm gonna rent the place that's not gonna make $34,000. You're just not counting the money, okay? Okay, you understand? So if you have a question, I want to answer it. If you have a deal, I want to answer it, all right? This is a 50% return on your money. What do you need to know? Where do I find a deal? How do I analyze the deal? I'm sorry, number 2, how do I finance that deal? Where do I get the debt from? A bank, regional bank, Wells Fargo, local bank? It's easier to get this loan, by the way, than it is a single family house loan. You agree with that, Ryan?
Absolutely.
Why? Because the other 3 units produce income. Do you need to put up with headaches? Yeah, you're going to have to put up with a freaking $7,000 headache. Now I'm earning $600 a month if I don't increase the rentolas. Now imagine, before I take the next caller, get them ready. Yeah. Imagine if I could increase the rents by $50 a month. 50 times 3 is $150 times 12 is $1,800. Now the $7,000 becomes 8,800. What if I get another $50 next year? What if I get another $50 a year after that? What if I get another $50? Now I'm making $10,000 or $12,000 a year. When you were a pilot, Ryan, how much did this help? By the way, this is the deal you did, right?
It is. Just one of them.
Okay. And then he sold the deal and made a little dough. Okay.
Made 30 grand off of this one deal just in cash.
Real estate Ryan right there. That's why he's on with the